What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the first edition of TheSportsHaul. Today we'll be breaking down the biggest steals of each round in the 2014 NFL Draft. So let's get started. The biggest steal out of the first round this year has to be Teddy Bridgewater, for many reasons. One, he's the most pro-ready NFL QB in the entire draft. He's consistent, he's accurate, he's got great mechanics and pocket awareness, and all those are skills that are going to translate immediately to the NFL. I also like this pick because right away, he's not going to be asked to do too much. He's going to have a lot of weapons around him. One is a Hall of Famer, and their defense just keeps on getting better, so they're going to be close in games, most likely. And also, I like this pick because they only traded up a fourth and a second round pick to get to the Seattle pick ahead of Houston. I don't know if Houston was going to take Teddy Bridgewater, but there was a really good chance of it. They needed a quarterback, and Teddy Bridgewater was still on the board. So overall, I think this is one of the best moves in the entire draft, and kudos to the Vikings. The biggest steal of the second round this year, in my opinion, has to be Timmy Jernigan going to the Ravens. With this pick, they filled a big need with a big talent. I think Jernigan can come in right away and anchor Baltimore's defense, while at the same time show off his flexibility as an interior D lineman. Overall, I really like the pick. I think he's going to be productive in the NFL. He does need to work on his snap awareness. I know that he gets off the ball sometimes later than the other D linemen, but that's just something that can come with timing and come with good coaching. So overall, great pick. For the biggest steal of the third round this year, we're going right back to Baltimore, this time with safety Terrence Brooks. For me, he may be the best free safety in the entire draft. He's fast, he can come up in the box when needed, and he has the ability to cover like a cornerback because he played cornerback at Florida State for a little bit. He also has long arms that allow him to get off blocks, and one thing that I noticed, though, that he needs to work on is consistently wrapping up. He misses a lot of tackles in open space because he tries to go for the big play and big hit. I think that you just need to take him down to the ground, and he'll be a successful player in the NFL. Overall, another great pick. The biggest steal of the fourth round this year has to be a wide receiver out of Clemson. Not Sammy Watkins, but Martavis Bryant. He's a 6'5" wide receiver with an incredible vertical jump and an incredible 40 time for his size. I think he's going to be a great target for Big Ben because Big Ben's finally going to have somebody over 6'2". Yeah, really. Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown were good, but their size was less than ideal. He's finally going to have a big target over the middle he can hit, and also on the outside work Martavis Bryant because of his speed. Overall, I really like this pick, and I think that if he's worked correctly under that Todd Haley offense, he can be a successful wide receiver in the NFL. This next player, picked by the Minnesota Vikings in round 5, may be the biggest steal of the entire draft. David Yankee out of Stanford. Listen, this guy last year was an All-American guard for Stanford. 2 years ago, he was an All-American tackle. His versatility is off the charts. He's compared to Zach Martin at Notre Dame, who went in the first round to Dallas. His upper body strength is a little bit less than desired. He needs to get a little stronger in the offseason, bulk up a little bit, but that's fixable. Fifth round, this value is amazing. He's going to start right away. He's a plug-and-play type player. Adrian Peterson's going to love him as a player, as a run blocker. And Teddy Bridgewater is going to feel safer in that pocket right away. I love what Minnesota's doing in this draft, and another great pick by them. Anytime you can get a second round or third round talent in the sixth round, it's a steal. When it's a quarterback, that's even more power to you. That's exactly what the Tennessee Titans did with Zach Mettenberger at LSU. The Titans didn't exercise Jake Locker's fifth-year option on his deal, so he could be gone by the next year. And Zach Mettenberger is a pro-ready quarterback. He has a strong arm. He's accurate. He has good size for the position. He does lack a little bit mobility, but he makes up for it with arm strength and pocket awareness. He has a lot of injury concerns, which is the reason he most likely fell. He tore his ACL, and he underwent surgery in January. He missed out on the combine because of it. He failed his drug test at the combine, which was interesting. I think he had medical papers though to back up that it wasn't illegal. And yeah, I think it's a great pick. He's gonna compete for the starting job right away in training camp and OTAs. And if he doesn't, yeah, he's just gonna sit back for a year and get better. And he could be a starter by year 2. And in the 6th round, that's a steal. The biggest steal of the 7th round has to be Ahmad Dixon, safety out of Baylor. He's an incredibly hard-hitting safety. Sometimes that's his downfall, though. He misses a lot of tackles because he goes for that knockout blow, that hard hit. He also lacks ball skills, and he's undisciplined in a lot of areas. But he reminds me of a Troy Polamalu, Kenny Vaccaro type. He obviously doesn't have their ball skills, but he's a playmaker. He's going to make plays for your team. And sometimes that's going to cost you, but that's just what you're going to have to live with. I don't know if you can change that about him. You can change his traits. But I think that's like a natural thing where he just wants to make that play, and that's how he plays football. So in the 7th round, he can come in maybe in some sub packages. He's in the box safety strictly. And I think that he can turn into a possible starter or a player that gets a lot of playing time. He is limited, though, and that's why I think he fell. But it's a good pick. It's a good value pick for Dallas right here. And there you go, guys. Those were my biggest steals of the 2014 NFL Draft from each round. If you like what you saw and heard, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be uploading videos frequently. And, yeah, see you later, YouTube.